Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Chad's Garage. Today we're going to be looking at some footage that I took over the last couple of weeks with my new drone. I paid about $210 for this thing a couple weeks ago on like some kind of a fire sale, and pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. It is a Potensic Atom SE. Now I'm just going to be going over and just showing you some of the footage that I was able to take. I have not done a deep dive into this thing. I am not a drone guy, so I have not tried the follow mode or anything cool like that. I'll be doing some videos on that later on. But this is not a 3-axis gimbal drone. It is a cheap sub $250, $200. I think they generally sell for like $250 drone, but it does give off some really nice footage. It's got a Sony 12 megapixel sensor, and it does use electronic image stabilization, and it does a fairly good job unless it's windy. If it's windy, you're going to have some issues. So I basically, all I did was just took the thing out, played with it for a few minutes in the front yard, and then proceeded to take it out, try to get some footage for a project that I'm working on. And so here we'll start. This is our courthouse downtown. Now, right off the bat, you're going to see that the horizon is not level, and that is basically just because it was a windy day, and you can see the flag on the top there. And then because I don't know what I'm doing and I completely forgot about the building behind me, that's when I about crapped my pants. I probably came with about 10 feet of crashing into that building because I was not paying attention to where the drone was. I was just watching the footage. Completely forgot that whole building was back there. So, and this is at one of our parks, one of our dirty rivers downtown. And again, same day, you can see the leaves on the trees are, blowing pretty good. And it's a little bit jittery, I gotta say, a little bit jittery. The picture, I think, is really pretty good, and you'll see later on that you are able to get some really good footage. But with this thing not being on a gimbal, you're going to get a little bit of jerkiness going on there. But it just really depends on what you're looking for, I think, in a drone. If you're looking for super stable footage and you're looking for like some longer type shots, I would probably look at something different, something with a 3-axis gimbal. I know Potensic does make another one with a 3-axis gimbal on it. I don't know why this clip is so freaking long. And then same day, and you can really tell that the wind was whipping. Is just real. That horizon is ridiculous. This thing is supposed to fly level, but man, it's just and you can fix this in post. You can it winds up doing a bit of a crop, but you can fix the horizon in post if it's something that that you're wanting to do. And I tried it, and it works. You can definitely fix it, but you're seeing a lot of jittery movements with this thing, primarily just because it was so freaking windy out. But like I said, it's got a really nice image. Now, this one was this last weekend, and the wind was really calm. There was not a lot of wind at all, so that's a nice little pull-away shot from our Coliseum here in town. And then I did take this thing back downtown to get some shots, and this one's pretty far up. I don't know, a couple, maybe 300 feet in the air. I don't know, can't remember how high it got, but you can see it's pretty high and no wind, so it was really nice and steady. And then here's our old fort. This is all downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you can see no wind and really nice, pleasing looking images. So, and then able to do a little bit of a pull away, I think, on this one, unless I cut it out. Guess we'll find out. But nice images. The color looks really good, and pretty happy with a lot of it. I think we're going to be able to get some pretty good usable footage out of this thing, and that's really the main thing. Let's see what's next. Oh yeah, we got Parkview Field downtown. This is our single A baseball team. This is our fairly new field. I don't know. It's probably been around for about 10 years though. It's a single A park, but it's really more of a triple A field. Really pretty nice. And you can see it's starting, the wind's starting to pick up just a little bit, and you just got to be really careful. And I'm just not good with this thing yet, as far as being able to make really smooth adjustments. You know, when I'm turning or trying to adjust where the camera's looking at, but still pretty good shape as far as that goes. Like I said, I love the colors. And then here's our zoo. And if you look in the background there, when it starts pulling up, you'll see that the wind is starting to whip pretty good. The flag is doing its thing. So, and what I did notice is, now this is a GPS drone, so this is not like use Wi-Fi or anything like that. And you do wind up getting quite a few GPS satellites connected to it. But I found that the wind really pushes it around. This is not near as stable as my old DJI that I had. You could be out in the wind and it would stay put. It just really, night and day difference between this and DJI. But you can see the wind is blowing pretty good. That's a big, giant flagpole there. And the wind was, it was staying pretty stable. Now here, obviously, we're off kilter. It's a little bit later on, and the wind was really whipping. You could see me kind of trying to fight it a little bit to try to maybe get it to where it would be level, you know, trying to manipulate the drone, but it just wasn't really happening. But again, if you took a shot like this, you could crop in and horizon level it, and it would be just fine. Like I said, the picture on this thing is really nice. So it just depends on if you're, willing to spend a little bit of time editing. And then we've got Lakeside Park, going over the Rose Gardens here, and really one of my favorite places here in town. Just a beautiful park. It was starting to get a little bit windy, had some wind going on, but this is a moving shot, and you'll see some jittering going on there, and it's just not as smooth as I would like. But for the price point, I think it's really pretty freaking good, especially for the price. For what I gave for it, $210, I think was really good. And then, like I said, here we're gonna do like just a top-down shot, so you can adjust where the camera looks straight down, or panning up and down, and pretty cool. Like I said, I really think that the footage looks great. It's just, number one, it's me not being good with the drone, and number two, it's just the amount of wind that I'm dealing with at certain times. But as far as image quality goes, I think you are in really good shape with this thing. I'm sure there's going to be some people that aren't really appreciating it as much as I do, but I think for what I need, it's a cheap drone. I think you can't go wrong.